morning and welcome to Open Conversation on Atlantic Television Network. Open Conversation is the network's flagship political platform through which trending political news, events and stories are discussed with stakeholders. Through these conversations, ATN uses political talks about specific issues, party system and actor to explore hope and engender positive impacts to the society. Today on Open Conversation, we'll look at Rivers politics. Nobody can instruct me, Wike insists. And Wike meets with APC PDP state chairman. Ahead of 2027, Wike warns APC National Secretary Bashiru, says River State, no-go area. And on FCT Council polls, INEC vows justice as Labour Party protest exclusion. On PDP crisis, stakeholders set condition for reconciliation. And ADC laments Tinubu's silence over Venezuela crisis. We are open for sponsorship of the program, advert placements, news, events, coverage, and commercials. Watch us live on our website, www.atlanticnetwork.tv, on Facebook and YouTube, Atlantic Television Network. You can also watch us on Avo TV, Niger TV, and Efastech TV platform. You can connect with us on our ATN socials by subscribing, like, and share. Facebook and YouTube, Atlantic Television Network. Instagram and TikTok, Atlantic TV Network 1. And on X, Atlantic TV Net. We'll go on a short break, and when we come back, we'll delve right into the show. Do not go away. Welcome back and thank you for staying with us. Joining me on Open Conversation this morning is Nze Nze, a regular on Open Conversation. He also prides himself as advocate of the masses. Good morning, Nze, and welcome. Happy New Year, by the way.
Oh, that's very noble of you. Good morning and Happy New Year. Happy New Year to Nigerians and good morning to every one of us.
And I also have with me Chizi Nyomasla, who is also a regular on Open Conversation and is also the leader ICU group. Good morning, Chizi, and welcome.
Good morning, Larisha. Good morning,
Happy New Year.
And happy New Year to Nigerians.
And on to the story. Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Nyesom Wike, has rejected reports that President Bola Tinubu or any other person will dictate political decisions in Rivers State ahead of the 2027 elections. Speaking to supporters in Ahoda West at Ahoda local government area, Wike described the claims as false boasting by unnamed interests seeking to undermine his influence in the state. He insisted that Rivers' political affairs remain within his personal judgment. The former Rivers governor also declared that repeated chants of "on your mandate" would not guarantee automatic party tickets for any aspirant. In an apparent reference to Governor Similaye Fubara, who recently defected to APC, Wike warned that electoral opportunities will be determined by strategic considerations rather than propaganda slogans. He maintained that no individual possesses the authority to instruct him on the state. Wike reiterated that his choice of candidates in 2027 would prioritize those who would protect his interests and remain loyal. According to him, past experiences of betrayal have strengthened his resolve to resist external influence in Rivers politics. He added that nobody would call him from the top to issue directives, emphasizing his continued dominance in the South-South states' power equation. Nze, let me start with you on this one. What do you make of this story?
I think I just have to commend your low tone with which you read out a lambasted statement of Rivers' self-assumed Rivers political godfather. And it hurt me as a clergy that a mortal who is not sure of what happens the next moment will speak so boastfully like this. Nobody. I listened to Nicolas Maduro when he was saying, nobody, come if you can, come here. And today, Maduro is in chain. And the earth keeps moving. So, coming to some of the statements of our former governor, that nobody, he will not allow anybody to meddle in Rivers' political affair. You remember that prior to 2019, he meddled in some states' political affair. In 2023, he meddled in some states' political affair. Now, he has interest because what he forced down the throat of Rivers people, as Rivers people drank water, they discovered that the bitter pill has healing tendencies and has started healing things. So his interest, his whatever intentions, did not go as he planned. And now he is spitting fire that nobody will, he will not allow anybody because of betrayal, that shouting on your mandate will not guarantee anybody's. Look, which political party does he even belong to? The FCT minister. In the now, the last time we checked, he is claiming to belong to PDP. But the unrecognized PDP convention had issued him a certificate of divorce.
You just said unrecognized.
Unrecognized.
So if it's not recognized, they are not valid.
Hold on now.
Yes.
That they are not valid does not stop them from doing things as humans.
So how can you build something on nothing?
See, sometimes there is a way you look at issues. I said that unrecognized PDP National Convention that produced Turaki had issued FCT minister certificate of divorce. Yes, permit me to use the divorce for this.
Just like the FCT ministers camp had also expelled them as well.
Yes, so now we know that the two factions are not recognized, but if by any means any court recognizes Turaki tomorrow, then it means that Wike is not in PDP.
But pending when that is done.
Pending when that is done.
He's still a member of the PDP.
For now, if he is a member of PDP, we know that PDP cannot field in the state they are in now. In the state PDP is now, they cannot field any recognized candidate in any election in Nigeria as it stands today. Because INEC does not recognize Abdurrahman and Samanyan's faction. INEC does not recognize Turaki Tanimu's faction. So Wike is still in PDP. And his political party cannot field a candidate. So in which is it in APC that he is in PDP dictating what will happen in APC? What kind of boast is that? Or is he just playing with words? If he's playing with words, I believe that every man should be matched in his own game according to his style. Because there is an adage in Igbo that says, "Ako go with Rekejago." So whichever hand an in-law brings, that is the hand you use to follow the in-law. So if he plays with words and intimidates people with his words, I believe that whoever he is referring to should as well play with words to match him equally. But the truth is that if he says that nobody should meddle in the affairs of Rivers government because he wants his interest to be protected, he should know that Peter Odele has served as the governor of this state, and he is somewhere now cooling his head as a retired man, as an elder statesman. Chibike Amaechi has served as a governor in this state full 8 years, and he is somewhere now. So him too has served as a governor and should join his, if I would say, predecessors. So if he comes to say that unless his interest is protected and whoever will lead River State must be loyal to him, abide to his rules, and take his whims and caprices, no. He's an individual, he should know.
All right.
So Rivers people will decide who will govern them come 2027.
Very well. Chizi, what do you make of this story?
Yeah, firstly, let me confess that the question that he asked himself, he's been able to answer it. As I said, Wike does not have a party. He's been expelled by an illegal body. He's one who is saying that. Because an illegal body cannot expel somebody from any political party. Meaning that, as of today, Wike is a member of the PDP. Is that correct? That's what it means. You see, there is something Pope John Paul II said that I quote. He said, "Power drinking intoxicates the mind." You know, when you begin to listen to somebody from a biased mind, you begin to hear what he's not saying. What is wrong with somebody saying, "I will not allow influence, external influence in River State"? Nobody will influence me to take decision on what I want to take. Nobody. The same way Chizi or Masla will tell you here that nobody will influence me to support this person or the other person. I will support whom I have decided to support. Let me also, before I even come in, I'm trying to, do a disclaimer. Firstly is the fact that he said, well, Peter Odele has served 8 years and is cooling himself, right? And that Chibike Amaechi has also served 8 years and they are cooling themselves. No, they are not cooling themselves. They are still struggling. They were just defeated. It's not like they are cooling themselves. No, none of them are retired from politics. They've not. It's just that they've been defeated in one thing or the other, and then you feel like you are cooling. No. We said he was the person who brought this person. He said nobody. Let me tell you, a state grows more than certain level of influence. I know even in APC, when we were with Amaechi in APC, even the president couldn't dictate for him who he will bring as candidate. No, it's not possible. You know why? At this level, we have played River State to a certain level where River State has become Lagos and Kano. It is difficult to dictate what happens in those states. Remember before now, Rivers politics didn't used to be controversial. When we see controversy in the former Eastern region is Anambra, that's because we have gladiators from different angles. People can bring up money to say whatever. It's only in Anambra that you can see parties unnamed win the election. Abga comes to win, in spite of all of that, because there are gladiators. Right now, there are gladiators. What I should be expecting people to say is, okay, Wike said, I am going to bring a candidate, for instance. He's not playing God. He said, I'm going to support somebody. If you also feel that you have that power or more than him, support your own person. Let us now go to the field and see who will win. Wike is telling you, He said whether he's in PDP or whether FUBRA, because of course whether you like it or not, when he's talked about chanting slogans and all of that, don't forget that this slogan on your mandate was one chanted by people who we derailed and we laughed at when it was not popular. You remember that? That there were a time where this man was in PDP, said he was going to win. He won 99% of the PDP candidates here in Rivers State, and then won the presidency for APC. That time to shout on your mandate was like, and so he's saying to you that if you like, go and shout on your mandate, it's not an automatic ticket. Should we not allow automatic ticket? If the man wants to test his popularity, he should go to the primaries and test his popularity. If you feel Wike is not in APC, the man is in APC, what we are saying is that he should go to APC and win the APC primaries, isn't it? Nobody can come. See, in APC constitution, let me tell you what happened. In APC constitution is not like the PDP constitution. In APC constitution, the state executive committee will meet before the primaries, first to decide on which system will they adopt in their primaries. First. That's how APC is. APC constitution accommodates consensus candidates, they accommodate indirect primaries and direct primaries. These are the three things. Now, so what happens is, if you notice the last election, I was the only lone voice in APC that voted for direct primaries. That's why my name were everywhere, that I voted for direct primaries when others wanted indirect primaries. But of course, the majority carried the vote. So in APC first, the state executive committee will meet. It's not the national. The national does not dictate for APC what happened. The state executive committee will first meet here. That national secretary will not be here. He will not be here. The state executive, Wike, if as not for now, if he's not a member of the PDP, the APC, will not be there. It will be the APC. And this APC we are talking about, Chizio Master is an automatic delegate of a state executive committee of the APC. And all of these local government chairmen are automatic delegates. So these are the people that will meet and say, we want consensus candidate, or we want direct or indirect election.
Can I ask you a question,
Yeah, please do.
Now, Wike has said what he has said.
Yes.
However, there is an influence that the APC National can bring to bear in Rivers State that may change the dynamics of APC in Rivers State, as it were, and possible outcome in 2027. Now, the National have the constitutional right to dissolve a state council, because I am looking at that direction where APC National might decide to, fight back in a way, and then dissolves Rivers State APC and raises a caretaker committee. They did it for Enugu State Governor, where they raised a caretaker committee filled up with the people loyal to Governor Fubara. What if that plays out?
Now, let me tell you.
Yes.
I like that question you asked. Even though that what I'm going to say now will not be good for some of us.
All right.
But let me tell you something. A caretaker committee will have a certain number. There's something they call the statutory state executive committee. You know who they are? All the local government chairman assembly, National Assembly. They are statutory. I just wanted to tell you that. So they can't dissolve them. You can only dissolve Tony Okocha, that is the 17th man. And you cannot even bring in more than 9 men.
So now, the statutory, how many are they?
Now,
let's do the maths.
I'm trying to do the maths. I'm coming to that. Now, if you dissolve, I said you cannot constitute more than 9-man executive committee.
Yes.
And at the local government, you cannot constitute.
That's 9-man caretaker
committee. Now, at the local government, you cannot constitute more than 5-man caretaker committee.
Making it 4.
And in the local government, it is only the chairman and the secretary that is a delegate.
That is 16. Total. I'm calculating everything you have said.
No, yes. Now, chairman and local government. So if you look at the chairman and local government that you are going to bring, is about
23. That will make
46
plus
9. That's all. So if you're talking about 46 plus 9, now the statutory delegates are all former House of Rep members who are members of the APC are statutory delegates. All former leaders of assembly who are members of the APC are statutory. All current serving local government chairman, vice chairman are members. All current leaders of the council are members. All former state working committee of the APC are statutory members. And what we are talking about is 215. Where will it come from?
And out of them now, hold on. If you are to look at all of them now, all the former National Assembly and all of that, most of them are with the FCT minister. Now, out of the 23 local government, 22 is with the FCT minister.
Yes.
Then, let's say the APC National dissolves the State Council, if they can only bring in 9 caretaker committee members. And then we are now looking at, no matter how it goes, the structure overwhelmingly will be for the FCT minister. Is that what you're saying? So regardless of that, it's not going to change the dynamics.
See, let me even tell you this. When people begin to look at that, it is, when I say pariah drinking, when you don't understand what is in, that's why you can untwist certain level. It is only when you don't know. For instance, I mean, you know, let me tell you what happens to certain persons. There are certain states that you go, you've not had the level of certain persons that can independently. What has happened with this fight is, if this thing had happened before the declaration of state of emergency and all that happened in the state, you will see that as soon as the president mentions that, everybody will just go and sit down. But you see right now, what happened in this fight, that even years a week cannot stop us for not voting for another person who want to vote. I'm being frank with you. I'm not exaggerating. It has gone past years a week. What years a week is as a name is a movement. It's no longer years a week. It's no longer speaking for itself. If years a week tries anything otherwise to even adopt Fubara, we will vote another person.
So now, if I understand what you're saying, it's not even about yes or weekend now. It's about that the delegates now, that the people that will make up the delegates, the Rivers people, will not want to adopt the governor.
Will not.
Then now you're saying this as a member of APC State Executive Council.
Yes. Yes.
And an automatic delegate.
That's what I'm telling you. I said, as I talk with you, I am even saying those who are working for Fubara, now who are with Fubara. Now let me tell you something. They were not even elected, assuming they were. If Austin Okpara, for instance, gets into the party, Austin Okpara was not a member, is not elected as member of the House from the APC.
Oh, so he
so
cannot.
Even if he comes, he's not an automatic delegate.
Okay. Now, automatic delegates are people who won on the platform of the party.
And now they are no longer members of the
House of Assembly.
Yes, of the House.
Whether state or national.
Whether state or national.
All right.
Now the current ones are automatic. Okay. Now I get all
now,
of.
Now hold on. For the people who won, the River State House of Assembly members who won election on the platform of PDP are now defected to
they are now members of APC.
They are now members of the APC.
Yes.
However, they did not win on the platform of APC. No. Can they be automatic delegates as
well?
They
are, because they are now members of the APC and they are members of the assembly.
Okay, they are in active service.
Service now.
All right.
Now, if they also serve, even if they serve half of their terms and they even leave, they are still statutory members. Because they have been a member, they were in the House as APC. Okay. Now, that's one thing you should understand. Now, I'm coming to the other aspect of it. When you talked about federated states, in all of us, when we come to this extent, we'll say, oh, we have a federated state, right? And that the federated state should be allowed certain level of autonomy. Now, when it's not favoring us, we say, no. One secretary from somewhere who cannot win, the secretary who cannot win his local government in his state will come and inflect. You're talking about the FCT minister inflexing Edo, inflexing these places, inflexing these places. You know the person of the FCT minister, you know his state, you know what he has done here. See, you inflex only. So the Bible says that all of us quote. The Bible says your obedience must be full before you pay disobedience. You must have your own area.
No, the way the Bible said it. The Bible said it, I will avenge every disobedience when your obedience is complete.
Is full. That's what I'm saying now.
It's complete.
Yes, I must not place it. I'm rephrasing it. So, firstly is, you have your place. You have your place. The man who has his place is saying to you, I have my place, so let me go and do your own place. Your own house is in Sari, and you're going to influence another person. Who? What is happening? Why is both of them are coming to mediate into the River State politics? Why? I will tell you the reason. Host of Ministers is afraid that Anyang is coming as governor, that he's thinking that Wike is the one pushing Anyang to come to his state. Okay, since you are coming to my state, let me now go to your state. Own. Let me say it. Hope Uzodinma is the chairman of APC Progressive District, isn't it? Governors, is that correct? The first thing you need to ask is, between Hope Uzodinma and Wike, who has appointed more people in the federal government? So as chairman.
Who has more influence?
Who has more influence? That's as chairman. As chairman of who? As in Hope Uzodinma will do what? You know, so you know that leaders. I'm not saying that Wike is not a god. Don't. I didn't work for Wike. Wike met me. His people met me in APC, isn't it? We are against him. But there are certain factors that you will know. The man is careful. The man is saying whatever he wants to say. Let Amechi now stand up and say, I must win in ADC. All the less is Fubara must win. Is that correct? Then we will not go to. In fact, some of us who are politicians were even happy that this kind of thing is happening. Nobody is trying to say that. We had crisis in this state for almost 2 years. And they brought in state of emergency. And in the state of emergency, Fubara went and was all over everywhere. And this is what my boss did for me. They came back. And that since then to today, Fubara has not called the assembly. Fubara has not called the local government chairman. Nobody is saying that.
Wait, how does he?
I don't understand it.
How does he hold security council meeting?
I don't know. He doesn't.
Isn't that statutory?
Nobody is saying.
The security council is statutory.
Yes, it is. Nobody is saying that. Nobody is saying that the 2025 budget. All of them are saying, oh, the assembly is calling him to present the budget. What is the assembly calling him to present? Present a supplementary appropriation budget that will accommodate your expenses that you are spending outside the 2025 budget. See, throughout the year period, I took the 2025 budget as passed by the National Assembly to present the Assembly. Of course, the Supreme Court has said whatever that has happened around that time is legal. That means that it was our Assembly, River State Assembly, that had it. When I heard that River State Assembly was sending back their money, I went and engaged them. I said, why are you doing that? This man has a budget, a 2025 budget that he needs to act on. They said, okay, fine. Let us look at all the things he's acting. Look at the budget. 90% of Fubara's action is not in the budget. And so he is now used to doing this again. Fubara will be impeached. I'm looking at it. You will think this election. It's not about the election.
All right, very well. Nze.
Yeah.
You said Fubara will be impeached and you're laughing.
You know why I'm laughing?
Why?
I like the statement Chizi made, when he said that Wike is not God. We fought this battle. We fought this battle, both in this studio and elsewhere. See, Chizi tried to solve a little political arithmetic, which I love that intelligence. But do you know what? While you are solving your political arithmetic using your formula, I am solving the same question using my formula.
And what is your formula
now? Hold on. I won't disclose that to you. I can't dare that. But one thing I'm saying is that in Rivers State, Wike last year promised the assembly members that politics will start in January. Are you getting me? And he has matched his words with action. And he has started politicking. The truth is this. It is not he who made the most noise that get the result. Fubara in his team is doing a strong underground work.
Which is what?
I won't tell you. I won't dare it. But the truth remains that when the candidate, the APC flag bearer will emerge,
but let me ask you a question.
Yes.
When you say that the FCT minister has been going about, speaking and all that, somehow have we forgotten who spoke first? Who spoke first? Who said stuff that was provocative first? Who called who a back-end dog?
Now,
who started who started this whole thing first?
No, I don't even, do you know that I don't even understand?
Let us be fair. You know, what I think what's going on in Rivers State politics to a large extent is when a father has two children, one is quiet and the other one is, you know, loud. Then when the quiet one instigates and the loud one reacts, everybody will start pointing at the loud one.
Can you now allow me to?
So now, who started what first? Let's lay background, because people are watching,
yes,
right?
People are
and
watching.
It appears that the FCT minister is making the loudest noise right now. Well, who started what first?
No, some people don't care about the sound of the noise. We only listen to realities.
What is your reality?
Now, the reality is that in Rivers State, as it is now, we have a government.
Sure.
And that government is touching on the lives of the people
illegally,
whose mandate is standing on.
How so? Can you give examples?
Let me give you a few examples.
Go ahead.
I'll give you just two.
Go ahead.
And these two, I'd like you to go to the bank with it. First.
Right. Can I translate it to cash?
Hold on. well, Rivers State is rich. They have 600 billion, so you can get your cards.
Last time I checked, I didn't get my Christmas bonus.
So,
go ahead.
Now, when it comes to governance, the government of Rivers State, present government of Rivers State, under the leadership of Amo Posenibo, similar Joseph Fubara, you see developments moving into the hinterlands. You see develop gradually.
Examples.
You see roads.
Where?
Cutting across. Go to Ahoda. You see roads. You go to where is this place again? That I'm trying to remember the name of that.
Do you really want to engage in this conversation?
I am with you.
You know why? Because I'm saying
don't be partial.
No,
just go down.
Don't say that. That's not nice. Let me come. I'm saying this realistically because we will have to now go back to Rivers State internally generated revenue.
When we come there, we'll discuss that matter.
From 2023 to date, plus the 13% derivation fund. From 2023 till date, some things, when you bring them out to public domain, might not favor the governor.
Hold on.
Because I'm also in Rivers State.
Hold on.
And again, you might be placing the governor also in a place of... I'm saying this because Rivers State did not have 2024 budget. So how did he spend what he spent? The first 6 months of Rivers State in 2025, there was no budget. So when you're taking this trajectory, we will now go in full head, we'll go in full on, and at the end of the day, when we x-ray other states who have far lesser IGR and even lesser federal government allocation, what these governors have done in comparison to what Fubara has done in Rivers State, a lot will be left, you know, for the mind. Considering again that his first year in office, his commissioning, what he used to boast as first year in office, 90% of them was projects that he completed that were even 80% paid, and for some fully paid. Yes, no, but what I'm trying to say is, within that first year in office, I couldn't see solid or concrete start to finish projects. So while I wouldn't want us to go there, because that would be a direct removal from what we are discussing right now. We are not discussing Fubara's what he has done. If they want to do that, they should come and pay, because it's campaign season. They will have to pay to do that. If you do that for him, we'll charge you for that. So let us just focus. Let us just focus strictly on politics. You wanted to react to what Chizzy said.
Now, listen.
On the mathematics and the arithmetics, you said he.
Can you now allow
Can we focus on that, please?
Can you now allow? I know
Go ahead.
you don't want
Thank
me to.
you.
I know you wouldn't want me to.
No,
perhaps,
because we are in campaign.
To unveil.
It's not about unveiling. We are in campaign season.
Of the government of the state in the now. But let us.
We are in campaign season.
Yeah.
That, if you want to do that, you pay for that.
If it is campaign season, I have not had INEC say so.
Well, we have started already. The president have started.
I will hold you on this someday.
Well, it's on national television. River State started politicking.
However, as it stands now, I told
ahead.
you that there is a political arithmetic going on.
You're right.
And that solving of that arithmetic is secret. Some can make theirs open. But for the governor and his team, I tell you that you'll be receiving a shocker at the end of the day. You'll be receiving a shocker because...
Chizzy will be receiving a shocker, not me.
No, maybe both of you.
I am actually indifferent.
Yes, I know you are political. You are political. But we are discussing matters with my friend here. So, you see, that the government of SIM, that the government of SIM is not as vocal or as loud as the camp of Nyesom Wike. Just like you say, you created an analogy, where a quiet child will instigate something and the loud one will shout, they will blame the loud one and things like that. It doesn't work here. It does. If you remember my statement, the first statement I made is that anybody, like if Nyesom Wike is playing his politics in this way, he should be followed in that way. But the problem is that we live in a country where somebody will urinate in a place because he's wearing uniform. And you now that is not wearing uniform will come and urinate in the same place. The man who first urinated that perhaps influenced you coming to urinate will turn and arrest you and take you to court. And court will judge you and sentence you or fine you. That is what we see in the system. But people like us are saying...
When you say that, what do you mean?
What I mean is that...
Are you making allusion to the 100,000 naira?
No.
Because that's what people have been saying. I'm saying that...
into my mouth.
Be clear about what you're saying.
What I'm saying. I have to, in some areas, because you said we are already in campaign period. So there are some coded words that may be presented. Like what I mean here is that when you do something and you stop another from doing same, you that did it first is justified because it is you. You're a judge in your own case. And when another does same, you count him as a lawless. That is not going to work this time around. But remember that the government of sin will match Nyesom Wike word for word.
All right, very well.
Action for action. And at the end of the day, you will see a surprise.
All right, let us clear something. I feel we should clear this once and for all. Because they like speaking codedly, but in his code is not exactly coded. Now, okay, go ahead. After that, I'll clear both of you. Go ahead.
You know, I love Nze, he's my friend. And thank God that we are in this box, and so that we can rewind our talk. You remember that before the declaration of state emergency, they told us they have their own. We know. When we were telling them, these things you are jumping is not good. Number one, these 2, 3 things, this may lead to this. In fact, when we came to Ishopo, go and ask people, I challenge him. I say, you are the cause of our problem because you didn't allow impeachment. And immediately, they were telling us, don't worry, when the thing came, and they said, all of you thought that when they removed Fubra, that this state will burn. And we told you that nothing will happen. And it happened. Right now again, that's so assembly, the House of Assembly, which I am not in good times with now, had started doing good thing for Fubra. Their people are not saying it. What is the good thing they are doing? Bring your budget. Let us ratify all the things you have done. He's not. They say don't. You know why?
You mean the expenditures made? Now, but the conversation is that the budget, the 2025 budget, as presented by Abbas,
yes,
presented by Tinubu and approved by National Assembly, has been approved.
Sure.
So why does the assembly need to approve what has already been approved?
That is what, let me tell you one item. Let me leave other item.
Go ahead.
One item is the 100,000 naira given to civil servants.
Go ahead.
I want to leave other items.
Okay.
That 100,000 naira, Rivers State has the minimum of 20,000 civil servants.
It's beyond that.
I'm just saying minimum.
Say minimum.
Last time I checked, as I yesterday, 37,703.
Okay. So let me use 30,000, please, to be safe.
Pensioners about 19,000.
No, let me use 30,000.
Civil servants is for state, not local government. Local government is more than that.
No, I'm talking about civil servants here.
Go ahead.
Now, if you have the minimum of 30,000, if my arithmetic competence is anything to go by, it means that if you have 30,000 civil servants as 100,000, you are talking about how many billion? It is far beyond the governor's
You're talking about if you add 30, because let's go by what it is right now, because prior to Ebas, what was the record was 43,000 plus of Rivers State civil servants. You know, Ebas in August last year, had to streamline the whole civil service system and came up with 37,000. That is what is recorded. So 37,703 plus 19,000 pensioners. So give or take, then you add 23 lawmakers, even though they rejected their own. But give or take, we are looking about roughly 56,000 civil servants.
Like to use
that's about 5 point something billion.
I like to use the word minimum.
Okay, let us do minimum then. Let's do 30,000.
Minimum, that's 3 billion.
30,000 plus. Let's reduce the 19,000 pensioners to 17,000.
No, what? Oh God.
Times 100,000.
Yes.
So we are now having around 4.7 billion.
4.7 billion.
Yes.
First, assuming without considering that it is appropriated for, assuming you will need a cabinet. You will need a cabinet to accept that for the approval. It's not the governor to approve that. Number one. Now it is not in that Ebas appropriation budget. It is not there. So it's not in any budget. That means that he stole Rivers State money and gave to people and they accepted it. I said it last time. See, what I say is what cause is. That's number one. Number two, remember that the Supreme Court told us that we didn't have government. Why did the Supreme Court tell us that we didn't have government? Because they were not working with assemblies, isn't it? Today again, those laws are not passed through assembly for him to execute. And the assembly is calling him, please come and put this thing in your list so we can put it in the budget. Apart from the 2023-24 budget that we spent without anything. Assuming that all is has said, like I interjected to say that government is a continuum, even if he has completed, if it was completed 90%, government is a continuum. Let him complete it, it's okay. I even like when a governor continues projects that was done before him. But again, the question is, this is the problem we have in this society. That's why our children can come out and do anything and just buy a car or clap without asking him, how did you get a car? If we were asking this question, some of us would have asked the governor, how did you do that? You don't just take something. Because, see, the man who stole and the man who received are the same people. The man who stole and the man who received. We are telling the assembly. I went to the assembly and said, why are you reminding him? What is wrong with you? I think you are also culpable. If you're not culpable, initiate an impeachment motion. No president, nobody can stop that. If the man has failed, he has failed. This is the problem we're having. So that other people will not start doing that. They are saying, no, they are not going to do that. Don't worry. If they have said they are going to surprise me, yes, I will be surprised. You know my surprise? My surprise would be if he stays to run for the election. It will be the highest surprise in my life.
If he's not impeached before, then is that what you're saying?
That would be the highest surprise. And I can tell you that I will not vote for my assembly member. I will campaign against him.
But will you vote for Fubara?
What? God forbid. How will I vote for somebody who is a solar dictator, who introduced solar dictatorship, who is a dictator? God forbid that I do that.
Fubara is not a dictator. But let us put it clear here. You know, if you look at the analogy I created, that someone will urinate and another will urinate. The one that had uniform will arrest the one without uniform. we are now shouting that 4-point-something billion from Rivers coffers.
It's more than that, actually.
Yes, more than that. From Rivers coffers was expended on Rivers people directly, not indirectly, directly. And somebody is saying that the person who spent that money without appropriation, if so say, because that was what I had the Rivers Assembly gave as their excuse. Now, someone will say that that person stole the money and gave it to the owners who are now culpable who are now accomplices to the stealing. Now, in this River State, somebody had lifted 500 million naira and given to another state.
Yes.
And nobody came to say whether it was appropriated or not, whether it was covered in the budget or not. And in the same time, while Rivers people were crying of decadence, lack of job, lack of employment, lack of government refusal to promote workers, and payment of gratuities and pensions and things like that, while Rivers people were languishing and crying, 300 million was also dashed to women, Lagos women. You can imagine Rivers giving Lagos money and nobody raised an eyebrow. Yeah. And now 4 billion was given to Rivers people.
5 actually.
Whatever the amount
it should be more than that.
But the money is Rivers money. It was given to Rivers people. It shouldn't be the who is coming to searching me.
All right,
now you see that in the truth is that we are looking at the approach the governor is taking. Actually, he might not be, like I once said in one of the media houses, that the governor is not a conventional politician.
It's one thing.
Actually, some of the actions, someone will definitely come to, criticize his actions. But there are things that people will do. I will tell you that though he may not have gotten it from your perspective, from the perspective of others, he got it right. And if at the end of the day, like Chizi has said, that if the governor should stay to finish his tenure, well, if he's impeached, he wouldn't be the first governor that would be impeached.
All right,
but until that happens,
very, very, very quickly.
Because we will oppose that vehemently.
I like the fact that you said that I started laughing. I started laughing. You know why I started laughing? I remember when this whole River State crisis started and the role you played on my show. The role you played. And even at some point when you were so emotional and, all supporting the governor, at some point you even said that the law can be suspended if it is not if it is not working with the will of the people. And I'm saying this because most times when in governance, my job as a journalist is to extray the activities of anybody who is in place. And if you're not doing well, it is my job to call you out on it. Now, very quickly, for the sake of clarity, you raised, and that was what I wanted to clear before Chizi pleaded for time to respond to you. But let me clear this once and for all. Now, the conversation around the governor's 100,000 naira Christmas bonus and that of the FCT minister when he was governor of Rivers State, sending money to 500 million to a northern state and then the donation to Lagos State. Let me make it clear. And what I am saying here, it is open for people to go and investigate and find out if this is true or false. Now, in FCT ministers, when FCT minister was governor, we did not hear that he ruled Rivers State without a budget. And his budgets were appropriated, correct? Now, inside the budgets, every single budget, there is a space in the budget for donations, subventions, government donations, government subventions. It is from there that government can give gifts to certain organizations, let's say, for example, Ijo Youth Council, for example, NLC, TUC, and all of that. It is in the budget. Whenever the budget is being prepared, subventions, there is a portion that is left for donations by the government, subventions, and all of that. So when a government makes certain donations, the concern will be, is it within the ambit of what was allocated in that budget? It will become a problem if it exceeds the spending power that was allocated, or the spending limit that is allocated to that section of that budget. So what your argument would be might be, oh, that you're not comfortable with the fact that he gave that amount, that much amount, and probably for the cost that he gave it. But then he was the government in power and he felt this was the right cost. Was that money in the budget? There was provision for it in the budget. Now, when we look at that of the Christmas bonuses to civil servants, let me also make it clear here, and people can go and also check. Even in the budget, any expenses that has to do with civil service is under civil service. There is civil service, there is budget for civil service in the state budget. So when a governor goes beyond that, in that budget in civil service in 2025 by a BAS, was Christmas bonus part of the budget in that civil service? It wasn't. Please hold on. Hold on. Subvention in this matter. Can you just let me finish? Thank you very much. Let me finish. What was given was to civil servants and pensioners. And there is a budget for civil servants and pensioners in a state budget. You cannot spend beyond that. And you cannot take from another place to spend for civil servants and pensioners in the budget. What it means, invariably, that budget did not cover the Christmas bonus. I stand to be challenged anywhere. It did not cover the Christmas bonus. What it means now is this. Money was taken from the consolidated funds for that bonus. Now, that money was taken from the consolidated funds for that bonus. One might look at it, it's not much of an issue. The only issue there is that it was not appropriated. Had it been, it was presented before the assembly, and the assembly said, yes, originally the budget for civil service does not contain Christmas bonuses. However, it is an honorable move, so we approve it. Or reduce the 100,000 naira, or increase the 100,000 naira, or let's go with the 100,000, and they give that approval. Whatever the governor does at that point in time is being covered by the law. So the budget is the spending plan. Is Christmas bonus in the spending plan under civil service in Rivers State's budget as approved by National Assembly? The answer is no. So if it is not in the spending plan, where did the governor get the imprimatur of authority to spend what is not in the spending plan? I think this is as simple as ABCD, right? I'm saying this, I'm making this clear. This clarification needs to be done once and for all, so that when issues are being presented anywhere, the truth should be told. One of my guests usually call open conversation the table of truth. The truth should be told for everybody to see, right? That you may not like a man doesn't mean that even when he's speaking the truth, he should be killed. And that you love a man means that even when that man is going astray, you point it out to him and bring him back, because he will fall inside the pit. Like I've said over and over again since this year, emergency rule did not wash away the impeachment threat on the governor's neck.
Not at all.
Emergency rule did not wash away the indictment by Supreme Court. One would say the governor should work with utmost carefulness and seek diplomacy in relationship. If he cannot relate with the assembly directly, he should appoint an essay on legislative matters. Someone in between that can liaise with these people and liaise with him. I think these things should not be so difficult. I am just saying this openly so that the people who are close to the governor, I know they listen, who love the governor, should pick one or two from what I have said and advise him accordingly, so he doesn't fall into this pit again.
30 seconds. Let me
go ahead, please.
30 seconds. Do you know there are states who have paid 13 months? That's a slogan they call the 13 months.
Yeah.
Meaning they are paid
extra salary.
Extra salary. But it's within the budget. Nobody calls that. And assuming that the governor has submitted this thing to the assembly and the assembly is saying no, you will see Chiz Yobasa stand here and tell the assembly, why would you be doing that? Why would you say no to these people? Should they have their Christmas oven? But what we're saying is that tread with caution, especially when it was not rosy with you and the assembly. You need to go through the law so that they don't indict you. He said something, somebody can, a uniform person can win here and a civilian person. Have you noticed whether in the notice they say only uniform people can win? You don't know. Look at the notice, whether there's a little notice that says only uniform people can win. The problem we are having is it is in the church, it's in the family. We don't ask questions.
And nobody has challenged status quo.
Yes, nobody has challenged status quo. We have been, I said we are in another political science class in River State. We're learning a new thing. That when you have people try to cross the T's and dot the I's, because it's unlike when you have a rose. See, let me tell you, whether they want to hear me here or not, there are certain things that Wike did that he has done it before they brought it to the budget. But you know why? Because he had a relationship with the assembly. If you have a relationship with the assembly, see, I tell people that when you are laughing when you are joking, the way I have learned to manage my marriage now is to be at peace with my wife. When I'm at peace with my wife, expenses are less. 5,000 naira bring soup. But as soon as we are having issue, every Maggi, they will bring budget for Maggi, salt, everything. You have to maintain it. So if I don't have money, I don't argue. How are you? I'm okay. What is happening? I'm coming back. No problem. But if you know that you have issues with these persons, now do the right thing and let them be the one to fail. And all of us will now begin to look at us, our conscience, to say, oh, these people are not doing this thing. But all of a sudden, they're even the one calling you. And do you know why he's not going? Do you know why he's not going to the assembly?
Why?
And that's how I tell you about Fobara. He's not going because the last time he went to the assembly, that they didn't allow him to go in unannounced. So he doesn't want to go there until he finishes building this one that he has opened a place so that people can mob the speaker. I said it on here now. So I'm not afraid.
But then one would say the expenses of the state. Nigeria now runs full circle budget, right? It might become an issue if that budget is not submitted towards the end of January.
You know that
Nigeria runs full circle budget.
You're not talking about 2026 budget.
Yes, of course.
Now, do you know that before December, before Christmas, that the budget was almost getting ready? And we had the governor promise Rivers people that he will present 2026 budget in the new legislators complex.
Chizie has made an allegation. Are you trying to concretize what he has said?
I am coming. Allow me some time.
Go ahead.
And the governor had made that statement. And on hearing that statement, the assembly had to declare their recess. Now, this is this. When we are giving a dog a bad name in order to strike it, we should be very careful.
Are you sure you're being fair with your assessment right now?
Hold on, I'm coming. And the way you quiz me is just
because when you say these things, you kind of forget the actions of the government. Go ahead.
Let me come.
Go ahead.
You don't pick me on my start point.
Go ahead.
Now, the governor had promised to do this, and the assembly had gone on recess. Now, what is expected is that as the assembly reconvenes, the governor will meet them in the new assembly complex that was built and dedicated.
So that he will bomb them and die.
So,
again.
No, if it is for bombing, there is nowhere bomb cannot happen.
No, they can't.
So,
they have already.
But the truth is that the assembly makes law. The executive execute the law. Judiciary interprets the law. So now we saw what happened last 2 years, and finally Supreme Court had come to make statement. Even though I told you in your show some time ago that the law, the judgment of Supreme Court does not suit me, but I will abide by it. And I thank God that the governor himself abided by that judgment. And finally, God has helped that till now, the executive governor that was elected 2023 is still the governor of Rivers State. And I believe that the governor will do the needful in terms of submitting the budget to the assembly. So let us not begin to preempt what is not in view.
All right, very well, Nze. I allowed you to finish, but you know, you pegged the governor's the governor not presenting the budget to Rivers State House of Assembly going on recess.
No.
That's what you just
I said
did.
something.
Hold on.
And you shouldn't put
Nze.
words. You shouldn't
Okay,
put words.
now what did you clarify me if I am wrong?
Thank you. Anywhere you don't understand me, ask me to clarify. What
Go
I
ahead,
meant was that the governor had announced his intentions to present the budget. He had announced it. He has said it publicly. And he promised Rivers people that in the newly built assembly complex, that will be complete. You know, he started it. At some point, a bus took over and brought it to a very meaningful completion. And now the governor had come back and they had now put the finishing touches. He said he will present the budget there, promising Rivers people that the assembly members will certainly return back to their chamber. Now, the assembly proceeded. The assembly is independent of the executive. So they proceeded on recess. So the governor shouldn't be, in fact, shouldn't be hacked for not presenting budget when he has already promised that he will present the budget. Let us wait for the assembly to reconvene. When they reconvene,
all right. Very well. That is clearer. Because I said that because the way you presented it initially, probably you go and rewatch the clip. The way you said that the governor had promised that he was going to present the budget in the new assembly complex, and then the assembly proceeded on a recess to January. So the way it was presented made it look like the assembly threw a wheel in the spanner. If you listen to it,
well,
thank you for having.
It is my own to speak.
Thank you for having clarified. Yes. Thank you for having clarified that. But it's also very important to note that last time I checked, it was this year, this January, that the governor and his state executive council actually came out to say that they have approved 1.8 trillion naira budget. He didn't do that in December. Probably if he had done that in December, I would be the first person to call on the assembly to call off that recess and come back and legislate on that budget, because it is our budgets and we put them there. It is our tax that is funding them. On this show, I would have called the assembly, come back and do your job, and then go back on recess.
The governor has,
so
the executive has approved it.
Hold on.
You can now call them to
No, hold on, Nze. I'm trying to say that originally, the way you presented it, you understand, looked as if everything was done as at December, and then the governor was unable to present because assembly had gone on recess. So the truth of the matter remains that even as assembly is on recess, if the assembly resumes by February, for example, I'll still call them out to return and pass this law, because the full cycle budget, the right thing should be done, even by the assembly. You cannot winch on the governor if you're not on seat. Do the right thing, and then let us see what happens, correct? But pending when that is done, the right thing should be done. The assembly should come back since they have approved. Assembly, please come back so that the governor can present our budget. It's a full cycle budget. We need the assembly to resume. Right?
No.
Jobs have started. I mean, the budget needs to be. But then, Chizzy, please have your say as we round up, please.
Do not think that the failure of the governor to present the budget is as a result of the recess of the assembly.
I've established that already.
No. The assembly is ready anytime if you want it. But don't also forget that the assembly is not questioning his non-submission of the 2026 budget. That's not what they're talking about.
It is the Christmas bonus.
The appropriation, not only the Christmas bonus.
What other issues are there?
I only used one item of his extra legal or judicial spending. I just only used that. That is, you know why I use that, because it's very sensitive. When you begin to talk about it, people say, he gave to civil service. I wanted you just to look at that. There are other expenses, there are other things, jobs he's awarding and doing and paying money that is not accommodated in the budget. So what they were telling him is to bring in the appropriation for 2025.
So they can
streamline it.
First, before the
2026. It's not about 2026. And then again, he's talked about the going to the assembly place. Let me shock you. By this is January now. From next week, I'll be calling the assembly not to resume there, even if he opens there. Because the integrity of that place is compromised. I don't trust it. I don't want to lose my assembly member.
But then don't the assembly have the right to sit where they want to sit?
Anywhere the assembly sits is the assembly. It is when they refuse to do what you've asked them to do.
Okay.
It is not. And the National Assembly, for instance, the National Assembly for over 6 months, the National Assembly I'm talking about, they've been sitting in, if you look at their rug, it's changed. They've been sitting in one place because they are renovating their assembly. And wherever they are sitting, is the assembly, is the National Assembly. So, Fubarak submitted his CEDO budget, those CEDO budgets and all of that, at the government house with 5 assembly members. So he can't submit this one there. They are waiting for him to come to a compromised place. No, sir.
Why do you say it's compromised?
Oh, man, I know. You know, let me tell you, why are you insisting that?
That's a strong allegation, Chizzy.
I am saying it now.
A house that has not been inaugurated yet.
I am saying it now. I want to go to prison.
Why do you say it's compromised?
I do not trust the governor. I do not trust what the governor is doing with the assembly. I do not trust him.
There is no threat to life, is there?
A lot of threats to life. I can see that. I do not trust. Why is governor saying that he will go there to submit? He will not submit there. He wants to submit it there. Why? Why are you insisting on that? Why are you insisting on where to submit it?
If the governor is going there to submit it, is he going to submit it in absentia? Won't he be present?
No, you don't understand.
Make me understand.
Thank you. When you submit a budget, whatever you wanted the budget will be discussed. After the submission, the budget will be discussed. Anything that can be detonated has timing.
So he will exit and then...
I know what will happen now, so I will not allow my assembly to go there.
So what if the assembly comes there and at the time the governor presents the budget, as he's going, the assembly will go on break and return back to wherever they...
Must they come there?
Why wouldn't they come there?
No.
That is where River State government,
No.
River State government has provided for them to sit.
No, it's not the River State government that provides for
It's
them.
River State government.
They are autonomous. They have a right to sit anywhere.
But I'm telling you, it is River State government under the leadership of Governor Fubarak.
I said the legislators has a right to say we are going to be sitting in this place.
They can sit anywhere they like.
They don't even need to go there.
Why wouldn't they go there?
No, he will come to where they are, submit.
So Lorenza should leave this studio, carry her cameras to my parlor.
If that's what the management wants. In the assembly has a right, and what is called assembly is the addition of the college of these assembly members. That's what they call assembly. It's not a house.
We know.
It's not a house. That is why that Fubarak's assembly that was in his parlor was still operating with him. So these persons are saying, this is where we want to sit as assembly. We are secured here. Come and meet us in this assembly and give us. Thank God the law says you have to come. Whether you send somebody or not, the law says you have to come. The law did not say they should go to assembly to collect it. Every other communication apart from the budget can be communicated via mail. But for the budget, the law says you have to come. So if the assembly wants to sit in my OB and call it the River Status of Assembly, you come there and present it. Because they are now representing the people that you need to present it to. But for that, I'm already shouting it. Assembly, Martins, Lemchi, don't go to that house until we have brought in independent people to check the integrity of that.
I think Abbas was a security expert.
No. What I mean is that
Abbas was a security expert. He contributed in building that place.
They initiated it. And Abbas, see, what was the cause of this thing? Somebody bombed it. And the people are still in charge. It seems cabinet. They bombed it.
Who bombed it?
I don't know. You know, people know. You know, you have your secret. They bombed it. Somebody bombed it, and it was not investigated. Every other place was investigated apart from that assembly. So somebody has bombed it. They have not unearthed those things. How did the bomb come about? What is happening in that bomb? They have not done that. They have not done some. I don't want to lose my assembly.
I believe that whatever you are accusing the current government of, Abbas' tenure ought to have clarified those things, because you know Abbas was a security expert and a chief in one of the Nigerian Armed Forces department, and having been involved.
No, he's not used to legislative arms.
No, I know, but what I'm saying as a security expert, because you are laying security claims now.
Did the boss say that the president mandated him to investigate
No,
that?
but you know he got involved, because if you indict, if in any way you disparage that building, you are indicting the boss as well. But I'm saying that whatever it is, let there be peace in Rivers State. That's my closing. No, that's my closing conversation. Let there be peace in Rivers State, and let the sleeping dog be allowed to rest. Why the government of Sim Fubara should be allowed to run? I don't see what Wike is looking for, that he will not allow this man peace for once. You are the one that brought him. If he's not doing your biddings, remember, nobody will force a man, even God that created man. Man is not doing completely God's biddings, and God has not destroyed man.
And that's why God will take man to hell.
Why is this man now? Why is this man?
That's why the man will go to hell.
Do you believe in hellfire?
Do you believe in hellfire?
I've not been there.
No, do you believe in hellfire?
I said I've not been there.
Oh, so you don't believe in there?
I've not been there.
A pastor is saying you don't believe in hell.
I've not been in hell.
So a hell is a
So I don't know what it looks like.
But you preach hell.
You preach hell. You preach heaven.
Have you heard it from me?
Do you preach heaven and hell?
No, I asked you, have you heard it from me? The truth is,
Thank you.
The truth is, we believe that peace will allow progress and stability.
We agree.
So let everybody sue for peace.
Very well.
Peace comes through dialogue. Sometimes it comes through war.
We don't want war.
No, it shall be war. If we had continued with the war and impeached him,
Cheesy, we don't want war.
then we would have had peace.
We don't want war in Rivers State. We just want good governance. And genuinely, this conversation, exposes a lot of things. And basically, for growth and development. And I am hoping that the right people, take what needs to be taken from this conversation and, work on it, basically for the good of Rivers people and for development. Thank you so much, Nze, for coming. It's a pleasure having you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Cheesy. It's also a pleasure having you. I think we should do this tomorrow because...
You didn't tell me that it's a pleasure having me.
It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure. Cheesy, of course, it's always a pleasure. It's always a pleasure having you. I want us to do this tomorrow because there are more issues in Rivers State that we need to address. Like Nze and Cheesy, I'm officially extending another invite tomorrow, so that we will look at yes, on weekend meeting with APC PDP state chairman at the same time, and what that might mean for 2027, and also Wike warning the APC national secretary that Rivers is a no-go area. I'm officially extending invites to you tomorrow. I'm sure that our viewers want to know what both of you think about this. And this is why we wrap it up on this episode of Open Conversation. We are open for sponsorship of the program, advert placements, news, events, coverage, and commercials. Watch us live on our website, www.atlanticnetwork.tv. On Facebook and YouTube, Atlantic Television Network. You can also watch us on Avo TV, Niger TV, and Efastech TV platform. You can connect with us on ATN Socials by subscribing, like, and share. Facebook and YouTube, Atlantic Television Network. Instagram and TikTok, Atlantic TV Network 1. And on X, Atlantic TV Net. Do not forget, peace and unity are the pathways to progress. Thank you for watching. I am Laurentia Ugu. Transition News comes up next. Do not go away.